Hi, it's your girl Utokia Langley with She'sGotFlavor.com, your favorite food blogger. Today I am going to show you how to make a crispy, crunchy, juicy fried chicken breast. And we are going to get started and get right into it. Let's go. All right, so what I have for you here is my chicken breast, and that's boneless, and I sliced it in half because I want it to be really thin. And so I've marinated it in some water and seasoning, and all of the measurements and the recipe will be on my blog. But I had it marinating for 24 hours. You can leave it in as little as 30 minutes to an hour, but I did mine for 24 hours. My second bowl has some eggs in it, and I'm gonna add some hot sauce to that, and I'm gonna whisk it up. And then we're gonna take our all-purpose flour. We're gonna add a little cornstarch and seasoning, mix that up. These are gonna be a part of our dredges, and then we're gonna put it into the hot oil right here that I'm gonna turn on and start heating up as we're doing our magic. And so what we wanna do is get that temperature to about 350 degrees. You can either measure it with a temperature monitor, or you can just take a little bit of water and splatter it, and if it pops, you know that it's ready. Of course, you don't wanna splatter a whole lot, okay? All right, so let's get started. So the first thing that I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go ahead and add some hot sauce to my eggs. Oh, and I forgot to tell you guys, after we finish this chicken, we get it nice and crispy, we're gonna add, we're gonna top it with some butter hot honey sauce, okay? And I'm gonna show you how to make that. It's only 3 ingredients, but it is so freaking delicious on top of fried chicken. All right, so I added the hot sauce to the eggs, so I'm just gonna whisk that up really quick. Get it nice and incorporated. And this dish doesn't take long at all. Then I'm gonna mix up my flour. So again, I have some all-purpose flour in here already. And this is some cornstarch that I'm gonna add to my flour. And that's just about a little over quarter cup in there, okay? And then I'm gonna go ahead and add in really quickly my seasonings, and I have a little this is some onion powder. And guys, don't be afraid of this onion powder. It doesn't taste like onion, but it gives, oh my gosh, it gives almost everything some awesome flavor. I'm also gonna use some paprika, and of course paprika doesn't have any taste to it, but it's gonna give a nice coloring to your chicken. I'm also gonna use some Lawry's seasoned salt, and I don't use this all the time, but when I do, I like to use it on fried chicken because it's just really good. All right, and then the last thing I'm gonna use, I'm not gonna use any salt because we got the Lawry salt, so I'm just gonna use a little bit of black pepper here. All right, so then I'm just gonna whisk that together because this is gonna be the dredge for our fried chicken. So now all I'm gonna do is take my chicken breast out of the marinade. And as you can see, I sliced it in half. So you see how thin that is? But it's been marinating in all that seasoned water. Oh my gosh, the flavor in this thing is just ridiculous. So the first thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna dredge it in my egg. Okay, just like that. And then I'm gonna take it and I'm gonna do the same thing in my flour. And that's, believe it or not, guys, you hear my dog is sneezing in the background. We have a beautiful Rottweiler, and she is playing around in the background, and she just sneezed. So anyway, so you're gonna dredge your chicken in the flour as such, and you wanna make sure it's nice and coated. And I like to come in and kind of just make sure that flour is sticking to that chicken. Okay guys, so we are back, and I have done the dread on all 4 pieces of chicken, and our oil is nice and hot. So we are just gonna go ahead and put our chicken in, but we are not gonna overcrowd it. I'd rather do 2 bunches than to overcrowd it. So you wanna take your chicken, try not to use your hand. You wanna use some kind of utensil, but you wanna lay it softly into that oil because that oil will splatter, and we don't want you to get burnt. So we're gonna do the same thing with all pieces. And again, these are pretty wide pieces, so I'm not gonna overcrowd it. I'm just gonna be patient, and I'm gonna cook these other 2 after those are done. Okay guys, so we are back and we're gonna make a quick hot honey butter sauce. So I have some melted butter in the pan. And so I'm just gonna add some hot sauce to that. Now, the hot sauce really is up to you. You can add a whole lot or a little, just depends on what kind of spice level you like it. But again, you can find all of the recipe at my blog, shesgotflavor.com. So you wanna do this while your chicken is frying, because we want to be able to baste your chicken with this hot honey butter as soon as it comes out of the fryer and it rests a little bit. So you just want to stir that up, and I do have my heat on about medium, and it's just going to let it warm up a little bit. You're not cooking it, you really just let it warm up. Alright guys, so our fried chicken breasts are almost done. I'm just going to remove them from the oil, and you want to make sure you use something that's safe to remove it from the oil. And we're going to place it on our cooking sheet because we want to make sure that we allow our chicken to drain and to rest before we cut into it. But look at that, look at that. Nice and crispy skin. All right guys, here's my fried chicken breast and my hot honey butter, and I'm just going to drizzle it all over a couple pieces because my son doesn't like the hot honey butter, but I do. So we're going to save him a couple of pieces. All right, that looks delicious, doesn't it guys? All right, this is the best part. I am going to taste it. Yes. Oh, yes. Cut into that juicy chicken. Look at that, nice and juicy. It's still hot. Oh, chicken breast, crispy on the outside, juicy on the inside, and that hot honey butter. Put it over the top. Bye.